Hello, everybody, and welcome to Econ News. Today, as your host, my name is Wendy Sanchez, and our sources have been informing us about the lack of information that the public has with credit, budgeting, and how to even maintain a budget. Outrageous! We should be getting smarter, not dumber, when it comes to being smart about our money. Next thing you know, they're going to come up with a credit and budgeting for dummies at this rate that we're going. Anyways, do the people even know about such terms, or does it just go in through one ear and go out the other? Well, let me tell you, that's a good thing that we have budgeting control, Miss Inspector Investor, and the credit doctor. These days will make your lives way much easier. You just wait. But anyways, I'm just a narrator, so why not go on forward to your host, Diana Palacios? But don't let the name fool you, for she doesn't live in a castle. Ha ha ha!
Good evening and welcome to another great report here at Econ's News for you. And let me tell you, I do have news for you.
You see, because people started building back credit, people began to get sick. Worst of all, it's contagious. Credit is all about trust, folks. You are to obtain goods before payment, and whether you build good credit or bad credit is all on you. But as a credit doctor, I gotta say, you don't want to have bad credit. As a friend, I will tell you to stay away from buying unnecessary items that you can't afford unless you're trying to sell your soul. Well, Doctor out.
Well, that was interesting. But before the doc was out, we were able to ask her more questions, and here's what she said.
So what's the difference between bad and good credit? You see, bad credit makes you untrustworthy. Okay, maybe not that extreme, but building bad credit is simply no bueno. It will affect you in the future because you won't be able to do things like buy a car, buy a house, or even take your girlfriend or boyfriend on a fancy dinner. Simply, you will be owing so much because with credit comes interest that you won't ever be able to afford, such as Starbucks. Imagine the horror. But being a doctor, I do have a cure. But this one doesn't come in a prescription bottle, but more of a use common sense you fool type bottle. All you gotta do is maintain good credit. Know how much you owe. Don't keep adding to your debt. Know how much you have. Shorten everything out. Know how much you can and can't afford to pay. Shorten out the expenses. Knowing which are primary to pay off first is essential. If you have good credit, it's a different story. Good credit can be beneficial, such as it's safer to carry around than carry a card in money. Build your credit rate. You can go with interest-free for days, earn reward points. You can get a chargeback on products, give an emergency line or credit. You can get complimentary extras. Now, although I'd love it to stay and chat, the doctor has said the road. I have a way more credit-infected individuals to cure.
Well, folks, there is that report. Please take precaution and don't catch the bad credit sickness. If you are experiencing any symptoms, stop watching this broadcast and call 555-555-5555. Onto our second news of the day. Turns out some individuals were caught with the budget control. Here comes Deputy Budget with a criminal at the scene. Let's go live.
Well. Here you go again, J-Boy. How many times do I gotta tell you to start actually following the budgeting rules? My goodness, child, you make up your own rules with your budget, and yet that isn't enough to even follow it? Why, if you were my son, I'd be making sure you would have a stable relationship with goal setting and budgeting.
Psh, goal setting? You see, I don't even know what the heck goal setting is.
Goal setting is what gets us to accomplish things in life. Now, I won't lecture you, but I will let you know that goal setting and budgeting is very important. When you want to save up for something like, I don't know, maybe let's say a car, for instance. Now, I would suggest you to start opening up a checking account. Maintaining a checking account is beneficial in many ways, such as you being responsible with both money and just in general, thus being enough motivation to prevent people from not going into debt, or in your case, prevent you from going to juvenile detention.
Well, you see, I want to stop getting in trouble, but I don't even know how to open a check-ins account.
Ah, see, now you're talking. To open an account, you need a proof of identification and a proof of address. However, before you go straight into budgeting, be aware of maintaining a proper account. Make sure to know the policies and fees within the bank you're associated with.
Okay, I'll listen if you let me go. I'll even get myself together and open up a checking account and a savings account, and I'll write down my future goals and even let you check up on me.
Fine. But if I do not see any process in the next couple of days, I am coming for you.
Aye.
Well, let's hope he keeps his pinky promise. Well, it's time for my 10th coffee break this afternoon. Back to you, Diane.
You really think J-Boy is gonna follow up? If not, well, it won't be the last time we are hearing this story.
First of all, cool it down with shouting out Inspector. Don't you see that I'm undercover? My job is very important, you see. I fund, I subsidize, and I underwrite. I go around trying to help these young adults that are around their 20s and above. I go around teaching people that they should start investing for stuff like attending college, buying a home, in the long run, retirement. Come on, the truth is, investing might seem like a drag, but it will save your butt in the long run. Just imagine your 75-year-old self just chilling at home, watching TV, and eating Doritos. Meanwhile, the fact that you don't work isn't an issue because you have saved money. That, my friend, is life. In fact, I'll let you in a little secret and inform you that actually I'm investing in my retirement right now. So you should too. Actually, no. It does have its pros, but overall, it's more in the con because you have no control over the portfolio. Some advantages of mutual funds would include diversification, expert management, convenience, and affordability. While as disadvantages would include capital gains, fees and expenses, over diversification, and well, that's all you got for me. I gotta get back to my undercover work though. So.
Well, folks, as seemed like we are out of time, that's it for today's newscast. This is Diane Palacios wishing you all a good night, and remember, be smart about the green stash.
My name is Robert Williams II, and I am 59 years old, and I worked as a cow farmer.
As a cow farmer, really? And have you ever experienced any type of, I don't know, problem?
They were asking me for early retirement, but I wasn't prepared at all for retirement.
Did they ever force you to kind of choose, pressure you in any way, give you a time limit to think about this?
Yes, they did, and it was very overwhelming to work an extra 3 years just to make the bare minimum and ends meet in my retirement.
Well, I'm so sorry to hear that. But thank you, Robert, for sharing this story of yours.
No problem. Anytime.
My name is Gabriel Taylor and I'm 27 years old. After I graduated, I worked for a small NGO and they were actually losing money. Because of that downfall, it led to the rest of my life just going great.
And how do you think this is related to economics, or is it even connected to economics?
Well, I'm not seeing a big change in the economic system where I am, so that means I'll always be in demand, so my job's going great.
So you'll pretty much always have a job.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for your time, and I wish you luck forward into your job.
Thank you.
I'm Liz, and I'm 63 with incomes and interests. It caused a lot of problems with my health and my husband's health.
Well, thank you for taking time to share your. Well, going back to the essential question, what choices can young adults make right now to best achieve educational, financial, and career goals regardless of circumstances? Simply pull a Kanye West. If you can't buy it twice, you can't afford it.
We are out of time. That's it for today's news. No,
You see, because people start feeling stuff.
Well, you see, I want to stop getting in trouble, but I don't even know how to open a checkings account. Okay.
Well, you were supposed to